Hey guys, Wednesday, November 13th, 2024, U.S. session close. I'm a little ahead of the U.S. session close, but I figure I want to get this video out because you know what? I just backed up everything that's important on my computer so I could go ahead and do this transition. So I'm excited. Hopefully, fingers crossed, keep me in your prayers. Hopefully everything is smooth, but if you don't hear from me tomorrow, it's things got a little crazy. But I figured I wanted to get this out. So look at what we have here. Let's see what the Black Widow did today. Look at the volume. Kind of reminds you of 1111. Bulls are saying, no, 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 bears. We're pushing higher. Look at the small amount of bears and look at all the bulls' volume. So that speaks volume. Wink, wink. Speaks volume. Above value area high, above trend line, and you're kissing 301, 302. And I think that's the perfect scenario. Price to perfection. EIA report, see what happens. So the question is, if you are a bull, your main concern is seasonality gonna play out? That's your main, that's the thorn in your brain, the splinter. Is the seasonality going to play out? If you a bear, that's what you want to play out, to be short from these areas or higher. And if you're a bull, you always wonder if the seasonality is going to come. Now, if it doesn't play out and it's from here grinding higher, then maybe the low is in and forget about gap fills. And the large speculators that are short are going to feel the pain. So those are the things you have to think about. And if it is going to follow the seasonality, how high is it going to go before the Black Widow pulls the rug and traps all the bulls and then gets everybody down, gets back in sync with large speculators being short, follows seasonality, fills the gaps, and then starting January, February, find a nice sweet low, and then ride the wave higher, assuming Trump will give the green light for everything that has to relate to natural gas. Those are the major thoughts that you should be having from here. Look at I don't even want to bother with the monthly or the weekly because this is where we're dealing at right here. Pivot high. 301, 302, kissing it here. Then you got your linear regression channel, which is, let's say for tomorrow, that's going to be around 305. You got R3, Woody's pivot, which is like 322. And you know what? Let's go for goofs since we want to know, just in case my computer is not working. I mean, I could trade from my phone. I know what's going on. So let's see. Let's bring this down. Value area high. So for you hardcore traders, 327 using 5-year worth of data. The next area you want to be concerned about going into the EIA, and if it does, boom, whatever, an explosion to the upside, anywhere between, you could say 350 all the way to you could say 340. Between 340 and 350. This is an area that, there's going to be headwinds. It's going to be thunderstorms, lightning. It's just going to be a little rough. I don't know, might get a big bull kicker, boom, and then just stall here. But that's the area you want to watch, 340 to 350. But so far, it's giving us clues that it wants to go higher. And then you got your value area high of 327. Remember those numbers. What's this? Woody's, right? What did I say that? 322, 322 and 327. Oh, that's a tongue tied here. So let's go into our before we go to our midpoint, let's do a little geometry. I love geometry. So we got our end use pitchfork. We're bunting heads with the 25%. If we continue grinding higher, obviously 315, and then you got your midpoint here. But let's say The Andrews Pitchfork APF needs to be here because you can see that it held here on the change of contract, pulled back, price gap, price action. You know what's the next important? It's going to be this green line right here. That's your midpoint. And they could potentially get up there. So I'm kind of leaning more here because this one is going to be way above. I mean, it's already hitting the 25, but if it goes higher, it could hit here. But let's see. I already know what we got here because you got your, double top here. So I want to see if we could get up here and see what happens if it gets up there. In regards to bullish price action, and it all depends on the EIA report. You still got this channel that you need to penetrate if we haven't gotten that far yet in there. Let's see. The Gann grid, we're above the midpoint, 50% from the 1027 high of 363. Let's look at measured moves. There's a target of 337, which kind of lines up with that market profile. And this is extreme, 378. I mean, if this goes up here, that's a gift from the gods above. Trend line, I'm not even going to bother with trend line. I think that's it. Let's go straight to our midpoint, our yearly midpoint, which is going to be 317. And it looks like it wants to head up there. Once it gets up there, which is going to be your double top here from the 610 high, June 6th, June 10th high of 315. That's your 315, and the 1027 is your 363 high. So baby steps. Let's see if we could get up here. And so far, everything is looking good on the indicators and on the monthly pivot. We're already kissing the last month's high. So if it's going to continue going higher, your next quadrant level will be 322. Did I say 322 in the past? Yeah, that was the Woody's pivot, 322. And everything still looks good. Stokes are good. They're on the higher range here, which I love. Let's look at our 4-hour. Look at the price action today. Bull kicker, bouncing off the moving average, the 50. And it looks like the mobiles are now about to crack. You need to get above that 0.19 to get a full body blown buyout here and do this kind of move like that. PPS buy signal, pulled back. You got in and bought. And if you're not in, this would be your signal. PPS buy signal, pull back, buy, and ride the wave higher. Stokes are still pushing higher. The blue one is still up here. The green one is going up, so that's good on the 4-hour. And I think, there's no targets to the upside unless you want to use last week's 308. But this is all open here because this all open air because this is your last pivot on the weekly, and we are already above it. So you have to look to the bigger time frames to get, which is this one right here, 322. And also actually 315, then 322. And lastly, looking at the hourly chart, look at the price action, man. Bounce off the 200 SMA or moving average, above VWAP, PPS buy signal. This candle pulled back. That's what you probably would have, bought, or at least at the 25%, which is a 289. And blew right through their midpoint, showing you, you know what? There is no midpoint with the Black Widow. I'm going to go right above it. And exploded on the 1-hour chart. Oh, the 1-hour candle. Look at the mobile giving you the indicator strength. Look at the Stokes all pushing higher like a big Godzilla dragon. And then it got choppy because people were taking profit. Some people took a lot of profit, but then bulls came in and buying it. Taking profit, pushing higher. It's like they can't believe, or maybe the bear is just trying to, like, what the hell? I'm trying to short this thing and it's not going down. And so far, already pushing towards the end of the US session, ending at 302, back at the high. Oh, you can't get better than that in regards to price action. So look at that. Let's look back. How many times we've been here? Well, we've been here, and now we're here again, and we were here. So you got one time, boom. Second time, boom. Is third time a charm? You know my favorite number is 3, right? Hello. Father, Son, and Holy Ghost. That's all I need. Let's push this back down a little bit and see what we got for the overnight. If we're going to chuck along and grind, your first target, if you're scalping, 306. Your last target in the overnight session would be 311. As long as we can stay above 292. If we can get up here, the overnight session, and we get to the US, or we just kind of dancing here between the high and the 75, and whatever the number is by 10, boom, boom. I don't know if it's going to stay quiet, but something's going to happen. And I'm expecting or leaning that it's going to go boom, 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 boom. I'm going to sign out. Hopefully you like this video. I'll keep you posted on my thoughts on that, guys. And by the way, if you don't hear from me, that means that my computer is junk and I can't do crap. Have a good day, and I'll see you again.